Hello student, good morning. Let's start today's lecture. So today's topic is XML. So for XML stand for Extensible Markup Language. So XML is basically designed to identify the data are used to store and organize the data. So what does that mean? So the standard style sheet language for XML. Actually, XML style sheet language transfer. Okay. So in XML, it's a basically designed to store and transport that data. So XML support both human and machine readable data format. Okay. So it's allow you to create your own perspective tag and language that suits your application. So it's easy to design and it's a self-descriptive. So XML carries the data, does not present it. XML allow you to store the data irrespective and how it will be present. So XML simple text-based format which represent the information in structure format. Okay. So like document, transaction, data, invoice, books, like this way you present your data in structure format. Okay. So this is language is derived from a comparatively older standard format which is called SGML. So standard generalized markup language, it's a mention to call to make more suitable for web use. Okay. So why we need of XML? So there are multiple reasons you can say, but it's more impact or more needed thing is a simple way to and it's easy to understand. So we can create our own tags and build that application. So we are free to develop system as per your requirement, as per client requirement, like with your own convention, and this makes very simple for you. Okay. And second thing, if you use in this language in an organization like design process, so it's segmented to build a platform and data can be stored on that page. So while formatting will can be stored on also in another page. So in this way, you can store your data in one page, on one page, and when you use say the formatting rule, so it can be stored on another page. It's a simple, and it is possible to create the data page to store and content first, and later on when we work on that design. Okay. And it's also used to it's provide the accessibility, so data can be divided in XML. So this makes the access of data easy and fast whenever or whatever there is need to be making the changes in that data. Okay. And you can say that it's a multiple applications supported. So write once, use you can say write once, use anywhere, anytime, any numbers of I mean you can use multiple numbers of time. So rule is applied to XML. For XML data we can create any number of display pages as you want. XML allows us to create various styles and format for single page as per your requirement. So there are some keywords also for XML: character, process application, second is a markup and content, fourth is a tag and element. Okay, so first see character. So XML document is a string of character. Almost every legal Unicode character may appear in the XML document. Okay. So second is a processor and application. So processor analyze the markup and passes structure information to that application. The specification places requirement on what an XML process must do and what not, but the application is outside its scope, and the processor is often referred to formally an XML parser. Okay. So XML markup and the content, like third one is the character making of XML document are divided into markup and content. So we can say that it's distinguished by the application of simple systematic rules. So if you say it's a normal language string that constitute markup either begin with the character less than and end with the a is a less or greater than. Okay, so and they begin with the character ampersand and with the a semicolon. So next one is the tag. Tag is a markup construct that begin with the less than symbol and end with the greater than symbol. That's tag comes three flavors: starting tag, ending tag. So for starting tag, it's in a section. Second one, when we say ending tag, so in a greater than less than symbol within that slash section. Okay, and we can use some empty tag also like line break. So some elements and attribute and also XML declaration is main part. So for element is a logical document component that either begin with the starting tag and end with the matching ending tag. Okay. And for attribute, like for example, you want to use some element like you want to greeting or say something. So for example, in a open and close bracket, less than bracket, you can say greeting. This is a tag and hello world, and also in a closing tag slash greeting. So another one is a line break also, which is used for the breaking the two lines. So an attribute is a next one is the attribute. Attribute is a markup construct consists of the name value pair that existing within the starting tag or empty element tag. Okay. For example, you want to give some images in your web page. So you use the image source equal to your image name dot extension and alt equal to rows. For the name of the attribute is the source and the alt is there a value are rows.jsp and rows respectively. So those two attributes we use. First one is the source and second one is the alt. So seventh number key component is the XML declaration. So you can see that here we use one example declaration. So in XML version 1.0 encoding UTF-8 and next we start. So you can see that this note is my own tag I use, correct? And to Johnny reminder, it's a heading tag. Start to John to and from sorry. And in body tag we write don't forget me this keyword. Sorry, this weekend. So these are printed in your body tag. Okay. So next is a we can define this XML and we know the HTML also. So what kind of difference between that two things, HTML and XML? So there are main important. So you can say HTML which designed to display data with a concentrated on look of data, correct? And XML was designed to store and transport the stored data. So HTML provided designing part and XML provide you storing and transformation or transport the data. So you already know HTML stands for the hypertext markup language and XML what stand for extensible markup language. So what kind of markup language? So HTML is a markup language itself, but XML provides a framework for defining the markup language. Okay. So we use HTML for presenting purpose and XML is not for presenting purpose. Also, we can say HTML is a case sensitive, XML is case sensitive. In HTML, you can do anything, it's insensitive, correct? So in XML, you change the designing storing part, and also if you can transport the data one place to another, you can change the data. But in HTML, you only design and looking part. So that's why HTML is a case insensitive. HTML use only predefined tag, and XML allows user defining tag. HTML is a static, we can say is a static way, and XML is a dynamic way. And there is one another difference. HTML does not preserve white space, but in XML it preserve white space. So let's stop today's topic here, and next lecture we will see transforming XML into XML. So XL XSLT is a stand for Extensible Style Sheet Language Transformation. Okay. So how to convert XML to XLLT? We will see next lecture. Okay. Let's start to stop today's lecture. Thank you.